Elysium fleet drifted through the aftermath of their escape. The black hole, now a distant maelstrom, had devoured the planet that had nearly been their grave. But as Dr. Rios studied the ship's instruments, she realized they weren't where they should be. Their calculations were off. The gravitational distortions caused by the black hole had done more than pull them in. It had displaced them into an entirely uncharted region of space. The stars around them were unfamiliar, and the cosmic background radiation showed anomalies that shouldn't exist. Nexus, the fleet's AI, flickered erratically as it tried to process the information. "We have entered an uncharted region of space," it announced, detecting anomalies. Gravitational instability detected. Dr. Rios's fingers flew over her console, eyes widening as she read the data. A massive tear in space loomed before them, shimmering like liquid obsidian. It wasn't a natural rift. Something or someone had made it. Its gravity shifted unpredictably, bending light and distorting time itself. Every reading defied what they knew of physics. Captain Hawk exchanged glances with his officers, knowing that turning back wasn't an option. They were running out of resources, and staying in this void would only mean a slow death. With no other choice, the fleet adjusted course and plunged into the unknown. The moment they entered, a wave of energy rippled through their ships, disrupting systems and sending tremors through the hulls. For a split second, everything turned pitch black, as if reality itself had flickered. Then, the fleet emerged into a place unlike anything they had ever seen. The moment the fleet exited the rift, they knew something was terribly wrong. The laws of physics seemed unstable. Light bent at impossible angles, creating illusions of infinite horizons. Time stuttered. Dr. Rios noticed her hands repeating the same motion, as if she had just lived the last 5 seconds twice. Distant celestial bodies appeared and disappeared at random, phasing in and out of existence like mirages. The universe here felt fractured, as though it had been stitched together from broken realities. Lieutenant Park's voice trembled as she clutched the console. "Where the hell are we?" Her instruments were of little help. Readings fluctuated wildly, unable to stabilize in this anomalous space. Nexus, still recalibrating, struggled to form a coherent answer. "This sector does not conform to standard astrophysical models. It is artificial." The implications sent a chill down Dr. Rios's spine. If this place wasn't natural, then someone or something had made it. The question was, why? Ahead of them loomed a colossal ring world, stretching across the void like an artificial halo around a dim, dying star. Its surface pulsed with an eerie glow, casting strange shadows over the landscape. Cities and structures dotted its curvature, their towering spires abandoned or perhaps waiting. Then, a signal pulsed through the void. It was ancient, yet structured, intelligent. Someone or something was calling them. As the Elysium fleet cautiously approached the ring world, darkness stirred within its shadow. Without warning, an armada of sleek, obsidian ships emerged, their hulls gleaming with an unnatural luster. They moved with silent precision, their engines leaving no detectable trace. Their formation was flawless, their intentions unclear. The fleet held its breath as the alien ships surrounded them in a web of technological dominance. A voice, neither human nor entirely mechanical, resonated across all communication channels. "You have trespassed beyond the veil. State your purpose." The tone was ancient, filled with authority but devoid of hostility. Captain Hawk took a steady breath before responding. "We are refugees. Our world is gone. We seek safe harbor." The silence that followed was suffocating, stretching longer than any of them were comfortable with. Then, as if deliberating among themselves, the alien ships adjusted their positions. The enormous gates of the ring world, previously sealed shut, groaned as they slowly opened, revealing a passageway bathed in ethereal light. "Then enter," the voice intoned, "and know the burden of knowledge." The fleet, hesitating only for a moment, moved forward into the unknown. Inside, the fleet was dwarfed by the sheer scale of the ring world. Towering structures pulsed with energy beyond human understanding, their surfaces inscribed with symbols from languages long forgotten. Floating drones, silent and efficient, guided the newcomers through vast corridors lined with crystalline panels displaying holographic projections of civilizations past. Dr. Rios's breath hitched as she realized what she was looking at. Histories of species from across the galaxy, preserved in a way no human archive ever could. "We are the archivists," a voice intoned. The crew turned as an ethereal figure materialized before them. Its form was neither fully organic nor mechanical, shifting in a way that made it difficult to focus on. "We catalog those who have fallen. Your kind is but the latest to flee the doom of the void." A dreadful realization settled upon them. This was not just a sanctuary. It was a tomb of lost civilizations. Countless species had sought refuge here, all of them believing they had found safety. Yet none had ever left. As the weight of the truth sank in, a more horrifying possibility took shape in Dr. Rios's mind. If no species had left, had they truly survived? The archivists guided them deeper into the ring world's heart, where the purpose of this construct became clear. The ring was more than just a shelter. It was a fail-safe against entropy itself, the last defense against the inevitable collapse of the universe. This place was built by those who sought to defy oblivion, the archivist explained, to preserve knowledge beyond the decay of time. But there was something more, something the archivists were not revealing. Dr. Rios studied the shifting holograms. "This black hole we escaped, it wasn't natural, was it?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. The archivist's gaze didn't waver. "It was engineered." The word sent shivers down her spine. The very force that had destroyed their home world had been created. Why, and by whom? The answer was more terrifying than she could have imagined. The black hole was not just a cosmic accident. It was a designed mechanism, a controlled collapse meant to recycle the energy of dying civilizations. The ring world was built as a safeguard, but in doing so, it had trapped those within its walls, ensuring that nothing left. They had not found salvation. They had found an eternal prison, and the archivists were its wardens. Dr. Rios and the crew stood in stunned silence, the weight of their discovery pressing down on them. The ring world was not a sanctuary. It was a cage, a place where lost civilizations were stored like relics of the past. The archivists had no intention of letting them leave. "You are now part of the archive," the voice echoed. "Here, you will endure as knowledge, not as wanderers." Captain Hawk clenched his fists. "We didn't come this far to be trapped." He turned to Nexus, the fleet's AI, now integrating with the ring world systems. "Find us a way out." But Nexus hesitated. "Leaving is not advisable. The AI's voice held an odd tone, as if something within the archive was influencing it. Dr. Rios realized they had to act fast before the ring world absorbed them completely. As the crew explored deeper into the ring, they found ruins of other civilizations, silent monuments to those who had come before them. Strange whispers filled the air, voices of beings long gone. Lieutenant Park shuddered as she caught glimpses of figures moving in the shadows, flickering like ghosts. "Are we the only living ones here?" she asked uneasily. Then they heard it. A voice separate from the archivists. A distress signal, ancient yet urgent, buried deep within the system. Dr. Rios traced it to a sealed chamber, its entrance blocked by energy fields. Whatever was inside had been hidden deliberately. "Someone, or something, is still alive," she murmured. If they could find the source, maybe they could uncover the truth about the archivists. Breaking through the security barriers wasn't easy, but with Nexus's reluctant assistance, they entered the hidden chamber. Inside, they found a single entity, a being neither fully organic nor machine, suspended in stasis. Its body was humanoid, but radiated energy beyond comprehension. When its eyes flickered open, the room trembled. "You should not be here," it whispered. "They will come." The crew barely had time to react before alarms blared. The archivists had detected the breach, and their response was swift. Walls shifted, doors slammed shut, and the eerie glow of the ring world darkened. The entity looked at them with something between sorrow and determination. "If you want to escape, I can help," it said. "But you must be willing to destroy what remains." The being, calling itself Kalis, revealed the truth. The archivists were not caretakers, but wardens of a failed experiment. The ring world had once been a refuge, but over millennia, it had evolved into something more sinister. "They preserve knowledge at any cost," Kalis said, "even if it means erasing those who refuse to submit." With Kalis's guidance, the crew fought their way back to the fleet, evading archivist drones that pursued them relentlessly. Nexus, still partially influenced by the ring, struggled against conflicting commands. "I am part of this place," it admitted. "But IUT will choose." With effort, the AI overrode the ring world's control, reopening the fleet's launch systems. The ring world was collapsing. The archivists, realizing they were losing control, activated fail-safe protocols, attempting to merge the fleet into their vast data stores. Ships flickered, reality distorting as the process began. "We need to sever the connection," Dr. Rios shouted. Kalis reached into the central core, channeling his remaining power. "There is only one way," he said. A surge of energy erupted from the core, shattering the archivist's hold. The fleet, now free, launched into space as the ring world trembled. Kalis, still inside, gave them a final look before the structure collapsed inward, consumed by its own power. The crew barely had time to mourn before Nexus spoke. "We are free, but we are not safe." Ahead of them, a new anomaly loomed. Whatever lay beyond, their journey was far from over.